Mm. Yeah, it's a Monday evening. Kind of soothing myself.
Let's go.
Are we live? Are we live?
Almost. Here we go. We are. Zoe,
Yeah.
guess what?
Welcome to Decisive podcast series by Roberta Ingram, co-hosted by Zoe Massa. We go live. We
Hey,
are on. We are live.
hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Decisive Podcast series. I am Roberto Ingram, and I am super, super excited today to have two gorgeous women with me. They might say I may be. Is that overdoing it?
No, no. Tell the
I
world.
knew
Tell the
Electric.
world.
I knew Electric Indigo was going to say yes. He's a little more doing a little bit. Well, I'm a gentleman. Can I be a gentleman if I want to?
You can choose whatever you
I
like.
knew she was going to say.
Be yourself.
How you doing today?
I am fine. I really was sleeping so much in the afternoon. I had to.
You look so. You look fresh. She look a little
Yeah,
child,
because
doesn't she?
yeah, because I really just woke up like an hour ago. I had to sleep. I told you this when we just warming up, and because I started working like 4:30 in the morning, and it was a perfect Monday morning. I'm telling you this. I woke up in the best mood ever, full of ideas, full of energy, and here I am, super fresh and excited to talk to you, Susanne. You're in Vienna.
Yes, yes, yes.
How is the weather in Vienna today?
Uh, to be honest, I did not go outside today because I had a very long meeting in the starting in the morning. It took about 4.5 hours of intense deliberations and project discussions, and after that we were meeting to prepare, and so yeah, I was busy all day at home, where I also work, and I'm fine. I'm really looking forward to this, and it's so nice to meet you finally, Zoe, as well.
Yeah,
Roberto, we saw each other probably decades ago.
Wow. So,
decades ago.
I mean, Decca,
Yeah.
she's right. She's
Yeah,
totally right. But I am so super excited that you decided to do this with us, and not I
absolutely.
didn't
Thank
I
you for
and
the
it's
invitation.
yeah, it's really nice, um and yeah, so yeah, for me it's been also kind of hardcore week. I have a lot of things happening now. This weekend I play in Bad Gastein. And then early last week I've been working a lot on production. I bought this new controller, launch control, and
Oh, the new one.
the X3, yeah, the
Yeah.
X3, XL3.
How do you like it?
Ask me next week. No, no,
Okay.
I was programming a lot of CC for different. I on each channel I pulled up a different synth on each one, and so I can reach for them at any time. I'm, doing a CC MIDI control so that I can make changes on the fly. So, and that's been a serious process. It took me 2 or 3 days, but yeah, it's okay. And went to the gym, so I'm fit, ready for you today. Yeah, so I had a really good week.
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
Weekend as well.
Yeah. Oh, I was really excited. Went to Charlie, Club Charlie here in Munich, really local. Heard Alton Miller.
Oh, nice.
That's what I
Wow.
said.
That's
It was really,
lovely. Yeah.
yeah. 12 o'clock, he left around 4. He went from old school disco to minimal house to all the way up into now. It just nostalgic. Very good how he went from each decade of music. Just incredible, yeah. Nothing like musician in a way that a musician would do it, not in the way of a DJ would do it.
What does it mean exactly?
Means that it feels like when he's playing, it's like a band transitioning to another song. No beats, and then the piano meets a saxophone, goes into a drum beat, into it like this, into disco like this. I was like, just absolutely amazing. Very musical. So
Well, I'm sad I wasn't there, but I was sleeping in the night.
we're getting ready to write.
Yeah, I was just sleeping. I was sleeping. So
Yeah.
we're about to begin. We're all fine. We're all set.
Let's do it. Yeah, I just had to do that cordially. Thank you. And thank you again for joining us today. Listen, today, everyone, I had a pre-talk with Susanne, and it was a very good one. She has a lot to offer us today, a lot of information, a lot of very, I would say, good points for young women out there, ladies that are getting into the industry. She's worked at some of the most amazing clubs around the globe. She has a very distinctive approach to creativity and music, and just her own lifestyle as a DJ, composer, performer, founder of Female Pressure. Someone that could I say shaped or been a part of shaping Vienna's music scene. Is that accurate?
I wouldn't say that, no, because
You're so modest.
no,
Okay.
because I feel more a part of the Berlin music scene, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Not so much Vienna necessarily. Yeah, it's
But you do a lot of work. You do a lot of work there. We'll get into it a little bit later. Yeah.
But for me, that is fascinating. I'm really excited to talk to you because since I am the co-host of Roberto, I've been meeting DJs and producers from all over the world. And as I said before, we don't get to reach and speak too many female producers and DJs and artists. And
Why not?
I think this is, it's just not
getting
so
there.
very
We're getting
easy.
there,
We're
trust
getting
me.
there. We're getting there. Roberto
step.
really has an eye on it because he always said he wants the balance and he wants to show the artists. And this is one of the reasons why I'm especially glad to meet you today, because you combine all those qualities. And I've been reading your artist biography and I am impressed. We're talking, let's say this, reward-winning, been performing and playing in over 40 states and countries of the world, from Asia to the Americas to here. This really is international work, so I am excited to learn more about your artistic journey, really.
And those that may not have heard of you, and which I'm sure they have. Everyone's heard about. Let's talk about the early roots if we could. We briefly talked about that earlier. I don't know if I want to spend a whole episode on it, but I think it's important how we met. I know in earlier years, but you were probably on your way before we even met. So let's talk about in the early years. What first sparked you to do sound and creative experimentation?
Do you mean production-wise? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. And music in general. Yeah.
Music in general was just naturally surrounding me, I would say. And I started to DJ because I was already buying records regularly, and I saw some people in Vienna nightlife who, in particular in a small bar called Trabant, where they would just obviously play their favorite tunes. And I had a lot of favorite tunes, and I asked the bar owners if I could do that as well. And they said, yes, let's try it. And that's how I started to DJ in 1989. And it was with belt-driven turntables without
That's right.
without a DJ
That's
mixer.
right.
So I was really just more like a selector and in a small bar, and it was not well paid at all. I remember the fee was for the whole night, from 10 to 2, 4 hours was 200 shillings, which is about 30 mark, which equals 15 euros.
Wow. Yeah.
Not even. And I had to pay, I had 2 free drinks the whole night, and I had to pay for the other drinks that I had. So it was not a good business opportunity, but I had a lot of fun just playing my records. And then problem arose when I started to get more and more into electronic dance music, because I started to DJ with what was called black music
Okay.
back in the days.
Hip hop?
Hip hop, like I loved East Coast stuff, Public Enemy, EPMD,
Right on.
JVC Force, etc. I played a lot of 70s jazz and funk things, and then I mixed it perhaps with some more electronic sounding like Brian Eno or some, 80s stuff. And that was in the late 80s. And then I got into house and techno, and I started to change my musical style, and that didn't go down well because I arrived at my usual day at the bar, and I saw back in the day I had these like supermarket paper bags to carry my records. So I went there and I wanted to go in, and I saw, oh, there's already somebody else playing. So this is how they fired me.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't like the music that I was playing. And that was one of the signs for me, okay, I need to move on. And as a matter of fact, it was DJ Hell from Munich who acquainted me with a lot of great people and great places. So it was through him that I learned of Hardwax record store in Berlin. I met DJ Rock from Hardwax, Mark Ernestos, and all the Pete and René and all the great guys who worked there. DJ Hell made it possible for me to play at Tresor like in '92 or something, and it was Jeff Mills was there too, and I started to meet all these people and learn about all these places, and it became totally clear to me, this is what I want to do. I want to be a techno DJ, and I want to play real gigs in great clubs in Germany or wherever it brings me. But Vienna is not the right place for me anymore. And it was also clear in that time that Hardwax was like a mecca for me. So the distribution of music worked very differently in the 80s and 90s, and also in the early 2000s still, because the records did not come to Vienna necessarily, and if they did, they would arrive perhaps a year later in some cases, if at all. So going to Berlin and going to Hardwax record store enabled me to get the hot shit. And so even though my mixing skills were really bad, because I could train at belt-driven turntables at first, and then only occasionally when I was at a club in front of audience, because I didn't have 1210s at home, I couldn't afford them. Um, I had the cool music, and I could play tunes that many other DJs did not have, because I had good connections at Hardwax, and I soon started to express that I wanted to work there. And finally, in 1993, I got a call. I was in Vienna, and I got a call from Mark Ernestus that the guy who was working for the mail order, Helmut, not DJ Hell, but another Helmut, was on vacation, and they needed a holiday vacation replacement for Helmut. And pretty much the next day, I was there at the doorstep of Hardwax and ready to work there. And since I'm a very orderly person, I did the mail order packaging very well, and got to advance to other jobs, and was relatively soon responsible for buying all the continental European labels. And so that was super. It was really my coining years as a techno or electronic music artist, working at Hardwax, learning about the music. And you must also imagine like how important Hardwax was as a hub, as a
Oh yeah, amazing vinyl institution for globally. I was even buying a lot from Hardwax. Yeah, Hardwax is absolutely amazing. So that's
and everyone used to go there too, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would meet all the other artists.
Yes.
And so even in times before the internet, it was possible to meet other artists.
Well, actually, you actually met those people in life. I think this
Yeah.
is a big difference from today. You're actually really meeting people and get to interact and also have conversations face to face. That
Yeah,
is
it's a
very different from today.
Yeah, it's a
And
different kind of interaction, but not necessarily a better or worse one, I would say.
it's just different. Yes.
It's different, yes.
what was some of the highlights about working at I'm such a a globally famous record shop. Did you feel like, yeah, I'm working at the best spot?
It was
Or
kind of funny because we were in a way very strict about, very dogmatic in a way, what is good music and what isn't good music, and to treat people in a how should I put this? So it was not the aim to be the most customer friendly there, but rather to educate people. So maybe it's true
branding.
what you said before, me being an educator, but it was not only me. It was like a lot of customers were a little bit frightened when they entered the store, because they might ask for the wrong record, in the sense a record that's
Michael Jackson.
not cool, like some commercial
Right.
stuff or whatever, and would get dismissive treatment therefore. Plus, I had a bald head.
Okay.
So I think for some people, I was particularly frightening with a very face.
Well, I think it is. I do understand the point, though, as you're
That's good.
a it person in an it place selling the hot shit of the scene. So it becomes somehow an exclusive alien type of appearance to everybody. It must feel iconic, even when you're telling the story. It sounds iconic. I mean, DJ Hell is so well known. To even be able to mention him as a door opener for you, as a young person traveling reaching out to the world must have felt special. And what interests me a lot is, how did it come that you chose techno music as yours? Was there like an eye-opening moment for you when you've been
Oh yeah.
exploring?
Yeah, definitely. It was in a record store in Vienna called Black Market.
Black Market.
Yeah. And there was this house DJ called Gebel who worked at Black Market. And he gave me two records that were totally eye-opening for me. One was DJ Rush, Child's Play on Sabre Records, like Chicago tracks, which I did not know before. And the other one was Fuel for the Riot by Underground Resistance. And so both were like, for me, the feeling was like, oh, that's completely, I was overwhelmed because I have not put the dots together, and it felt like I never heard something like that before. And also it was kind of the essence of what I liked before, with hip hop and funk and jazz and soul. I liked the funky and groovy stuff, but I loved beats and bass and drums. So techno and this electronic dance music, in particular from Detroit and Chicago, that for me was the essence of what I always liked in music. And so that really like made me dance and being totally enthusiastic.
Would you say that techno can be seen as probably the last real musical revolution that we experienced? Like, we had different revolutions before, like often came with technology evolving, you know, like you had from a normal guitar, then you had the electric guitar, all those things. Would you say that the techno really liberated the music that was there before?
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't say that, because the more I learned about music and electronic music in particular, the more I realized that techno is not a revolution but an evolution of what was there before. And so I see it in a continuum. But what was really revolutionary what I think is what happened in clubs with techno music and with DJ culture, like mixing these per se already relatively monotonous tracks and beats and making the whole thing even longer, which leads to a dissolution of time and space. And you are in this black box in the club where you can experience something somehow transcendent, where what you are and where you are and when you are kind of begins not to matter anymore for some hours. You might not even know for how long. And this, I think, was revolutionary. So to club culture and clubs and mixing like these tracks together for many hours, that was really new back then. But
I
not the
love how
musical stuff.
I love how you say this. I love how you describe it. And actually, is it the first time I really hear someone saying something that makes so much sense to me, as it is the evolution. And it makes total sense.
Makes total
I'm
sense.
just asking myself, so what would be after? You know, once we evolved to there, that is, everything is like, you open up the space. The lyrics are not important anymore, or the phrases in music that will come. There is the space and the timing really vanishes in a way and
No
opens up so
way.
much. But what would come after? Are we going backwards from now? Where are we going from here?
Vocals will never die. Vocals is an instrument.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, like when you listen to like when I've been in a lot of techno parties and places and spaces and whatever the
I think I know
parades
what
in
you mean.
Berlin
I
and
know what you mean.
everything. You know, the vocal is or the lyric is just it's short, right? You don't it's like you don't have verses, you don't, you know, or if it comes, then it's one sentence that will be repeated a word. So this is what I mean.
What would you say? What would you say? There's so many levels of techno that it's hard for me to say that. And
Yeah, but typically techno does not have verses and chorus.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a
It's loopy.
genre-specific thing. But
Your mix has
we
your mix has choruses. And they're spacey, but they still have choruses and verses and
do
but
have a vocal track in my.
no, I'm meaning
No.
that they don't. Does verses and choruses and have to be actual vocals?
Yeah, no, that's of course not necessarily. There might be a theme that is coming back every 64 bars.
Right. Okay,
But
good. There you go.
or a motive.
I know what
Sure.
you mean, those.
But typically, I think vocals and singing is not part of techno. But on
Loop
the other
samples.
hand, there
Samples, huh?
sample, yeah, but it doesn't matter because for me, techno is very free.
Yeah, there it is.
And
It
you
is
can
free.
do
That's a,
whatever you want. And yeah, I feel that probably the tendency is a scattered kind of thing where everything is possible, and
right.
it's more up to the individual to select what they like best and then put it back together and make sense out of it, ideally.
Are you still as curious today, like you have been in those early years of you getting into the new music and learning so much?
Yes, but I'm also perhaps no. I'm totally as curious as I was before. So I listen to new music every week and all the time, no matter whether I have a DJ gig or not. But it's essential for me to know what's going on, and it really interests me. It's just that I became really quick in not listening to stuff that I probably don't like. So
Exactly.
I might dismiss music too quickly before recognizing its value, or but then I think I don't mind too much because I'm sure that somebody else will like it, and then I can be surprised at least. If I would already know everything that I like, it would be a bit boring to listen to other people, because then everything I like I have already heard, and otherwise they can present me something
Yeah.
that I have not heard before. So that's why it doesn't matter to me.
When is the last time there's some like that you heard a track that really surprised you, that you're like, okay, wow, let me listen. This is something fresh. This is something I want to follow up, that really caught your ears, caught your attention.
That's such a tricky question because
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
well, not from somebody else, not that somebody else was playing it the last time, but that really got my attention was actually a track from Alejandra Cardena's new album,
Oh, Candinia.
where she turns. I really like her as a musician a lot, and I've seen her play live a couple of times already, and it's always so impressive because it feels so immediate and authentic and so strong and very introspective at the same time. It's always for me a very special experience to hear her play live. And the latest album is with her talking and also singing. And there's one track that I like in particular, and I have to look it up, that touches me in a very particular way. I don't know, it's a bit hard to describe, but there is this certain kind of dissonance, and at the same time almost a dreamlike kind of voice talking. No, it's not true. You see, it's one of the not vocal tracks of the album, and it touched me the most, and it felt like she was still talking or reciting something. Let me look it up. The album is called "The Body Like a Home," and the track is called "Untamed." And I found this really like super interesting and touching and surprising as, I don't know, as a musical experience. But from when I heard other people DJ, that was mostly in club related contexts. And if it's like a techno party, usually it's nothing that's completely surprises me, or where I think just that I like tracks and others I don't like so much. But usually I don't go out of a techno club with the feeling I heard something that I totally need to have, that I'm missing out on otherwise.
Do you go out anymore to listen what's up? You just I don't need to go out and know everything about what's happening. Do you feel like you have to at least
I go out sometimes, but more perhaps more likely to concerts or festivals. That I do. I'm interested in particular in live shows to hear like how other people perform their music, and I don't go out so much as a guest to late techno parties. As a matter of fact, if I'm not playing, but if I'm playing, I'm there on the dance floor.
I asked that because I've been hearing this a lot on social media about being a good DJ also means you need to go out too as well to hear other DJs, other great DJs. And I'm wondering if that's part of our process to get feedback and input. And like for instance, I'm so happy that I went to Alton Miller. It was
Right.
and I was I was with two other friends of mine, but you know, I was out there with my ears open, you know, and enjoy. It was really, 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 really nice. I gotta say that I'm really glad that I went, and some of the stuff that you missed or you wanted to hear again, and it was really beautiful. So for me, I think it's worth it to find when you should get out and again and check things out.
It's great if you hear someone DJ and you like the transitions and you like where they are going with the selection, but that does not necessarily mean that I hear a track that is like a revelation.
Okay.
That's, for me, that's two different things. But
Yeah, I guess it's just I'm an artist. If I like an artist, I like them for what they do, and they may not be, they may not play everything I like, but
Yeah.
from the art standpoint, I'm there, you know, I'm with it, and I follow them from the early, you know, and watch them progress, and they most of the time I'm never disappointed when I have that kind of point of view. Listen, I want to talk to you about your first major supporters that got you, pushed you ahead, and it started off in Munich. What is
That's true, yes.
Ultrashall, Disco B, Upstart, what is it, Ultra World? Can you please tell us what that meant for you?
Oh, it was fantastic because I'm forever thankful for to Upstart for being the first person to ever book me as a techno DJ, because before that I was a hip hop and funk DJ in Vienna without any traction, and also kind of stuck because all the 70s records that I liked, I already played a lot of times, and I was longing for something new that I had not heard before. So I needed contemporary material, and I could not succeed with it in Vienna due to the circumstances. And instead, it was Upstart who booked me for the first time at the Kulturstation, Ultra World at Kulturstation, which was the predecessor of Ultraschall, which now already probably many people don't know anymore either. But yeah, very like pivotal club in Munich, I would say. And so, yes, that's where I was able to gather experience and practice my art. Yeah.
Shout out to Upstart and uh, big, big club Ultrashall, right? Disco B,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, legendary
You're
in Munich.
legendary.
Legendary,
Even she's no
absolutely.
reggae. She even knows it.
Well, I've been
I
there.
was
What are you
just,
talking
no,
about?
I'm
I've
just
been there.
kidding.
I
I'm
know
just
all those
kidding.
places and I know the people. And I have one particular question. It might sound a little funny, but for me, when I've been looking at your body of work, right, I've also seen you very expressively dressed. And for me, techno also being a fashion something. I felt that like people been wearing, you know, typical type of clothes. This,
Hoodies.
yeah, but not only hoodies, but you mentioned before that you had like all shaved hair. Actually, I've been all bald too myself. Twice in my life, I just shaved it all off. I did that.
Rebel without a pause and never lowering your
Yeah,
level.
but also that like the techno also being an expression visually, you know, also the light shows and but also the clothes. How did that feel, or did this also being part of you as a young performer, as a performer, putting yourself out there to like really get it?
No, when I was a young techno performer, I was dressing very androgynously and very like baggy, and somehow I don't know. I like the idea that Electric Indigo does not convey as a name a specific gender, and that somehow felt totally right. You know, to dress in an androgynous way, and not being super feminine. Rather a little bit more on the masculine side from my appearance. But I don't. For me, the important thing was that a club is dark,
Yeah.
and so of course the visual side was always important. For example, for flyers or for record covers, and there were also some clubs where you would have visual artist VJs playing, and that had a specific aesthetics as well, which which I liked, but it's not so much, it was not so much about, being, or it was not at all about being on stage and having like a fancy dress to perform. It was quite the opposite, I must say. It was like turning away from the stage to the dance floor. At least that was the ideal. So it's a mixture. The way I present myself, or that I present myself when photos are being taken, that's another story. I love fashion, I love design, I love architecture, I love fine arts, I love colors, and a lot of my fees went into fashion designers. So I like that a lot. So when I do press shots, then I think 3 times about what to put on and how, and that's part of my self-expression. But it's not necessarily in the club when I work.
How did your artist name came to your mind?
Yeah, that was coming up late,
Did you give yourself the name Electric Indigo?
No, it was a person in Vienna. It was the late 80s, and it was the first time I was supposed to be printed, like my name was supposed to be printed on the flyer. And I didn't have a proper DJ name. My civil name is Susanne Kirchmayr, which does not sound very groovy.
Why not? My God.
Well, it just sounded very like Austrian or German in a way that wasn't so fancy back in the days. Today you would probably...
I think they're so stupid. No, I'm just kidding.
And anyhow, I knew there was one guy who also was a customer at Black Market Records and showed up in clubs I was going to, and I did not know him personally, but I knew that he was a writer and from Chicago, and I thought this must be the right person to ask for a cool artist name. And I just approached him. I was hoping that I would, the paths would cross, and they did. And approached him and said, "Hi, I need a DJ name. Can you please come up with a DJ name for me?" And he asked me, "Well, okay, what's your favorite color?" And I said, "Blue." And then a few days later, he came back to me with 2 suggestions, and one was Purple Days, and the other one was Electric Indigo. So both, I guess, inspired by Jimi Hendrix, and I immediately chose Electric Indigo. I really liked that it was so a bit weird. And
I love the name. I love the name. It's a perfect name. It's like
I love
it's the best.
That's probably why. That's probably why.
Really is.
That's probably why you can also answer this next question. Let's talk about what decades of performing taught you. You've played across clubs all over and festivals, experimental places worldwide, and what has these years of DJing taught you about performing and human connection?
When DJing, well,
or performing live and everything, What has that taught you?
Yeah, performing live is very different because I feel very vulnerable in a way when I perform live, because it's my own music and I cannot change the style, for example.
Vulnerable in what way?
Because I make myself very visible. Whereas when I DJ, I play other people's music, and I can easily switch. If I see, okay, they are not into the trippy, introspective stuff, and it needs to be a bit harder and a bit more energetic, then I can easily do this. Or if I test something and I test, do they like broken beats, and can I play some bass music? And I put in some test balloons and I have the feeling that doesn't go down too well. I can just omit it and play like the straight bass drum further through. Whereas when I play live, I have a set prepared, and I have a certain composition in mind, and transitions I can extend and I can articulate, and all that is live. But the principal material is there already, and I cannot adapt. So I'm kind of I am depending on
the function and to work, and to get
on
the
the
reaction.
goodwill and on the reaction in a way.
Actually, you're saying something here that is a point that I always had on my mind, and I'm so glad you're saying this, because in a way, I always feel like DJing is one form of art, right? It's also one job. Is that, as you said, you're playing someone else's music, you're creating space, you're creating atmosphere. As Roberto always say, my favorite expression, you're reading the floor, like you're catching what is there, what you feel, and you also, how could I say, like you lead the vibe, right? But when you're playing live, your own compositions, your own work, you are on the other side. Like myself, I'm a live musician, I'm recording everything. But when I play, this is always, I cannot hide nothing of myself, because there will be me, it's my writing, my voice.
You can hide behind the
like,
mic if you like.
Yeah, but
no, you can't.
Yeah,
No.
you're like this. You're behind it.
Yeah, but you have to put yourself out there. So
Yes.
for me, is that you're playing live brings you on the artist side. I admire a lot of DJs for their overview and for their energy, how they can lead the vibes and the people, and you know, and create atmosphere. But for me, the art begins when it's you, as you said, and you're also putting yourself out there. Like when you said you're feeling vulnerable, is because of this, because you can't hide no more. Or even you
Yeah.
don't want to, otherwise you wouldn't do it, right? So, but I find this super interesting, because there's often comes to the point when DJs feel offended when live musicians or different kind of musicians, like a guitar player, say, well, you're not an artist because you're a DJ, you're actually using someone else's music and you just build something out of it. You know, like a lot of musicians would say something like this and feel like this, like, okay, like you're getting paid super well for putting someone else's music together, whatever, and I'm the one, like, you know, practicing my bass lines forever and doing all of this and you know, like,
Yeah.
actually the creator part. And I find an electronic music super interesting, because it's still machines, but you turn those into
make them
real
speak, yeah.
instruments.
Yeah.
It's just another medium. It could be a violin, or it's a whatever, a mixing board that you guys been
It can be a
talking about at
violin
the
and-
beginning, right? But it's like, but it turns, you know, you change the medium and to make it an instrument, and like this you create a completely different vision and experience of your own expression.
But to be fair, I think similar things are also possible with DJing.
Yeah, of course,
absolutely.
of course. Depending on what you pick, which record you pick.
And you can become really creative easily now. I think that's why I love CDJs so much, because they're really like super powerful instruments, and it's so much fun to play with them. And then you can, it's even easier now with these machines to create surprising combinations of musical elements that nobody else before thought about. And you can become very creative as a DJ too. and but it's still it's different for me. It feels very different when I play a concert than when I DJ. But that also has to do with the fact that normally I don't play live in clubs. So I don't, and if I do, it must be a club where there is not a strict dance floor rule because my live sets, my music is very spacey, even like a lot spacier than my DJ sets, more experimental. The form is more open. I love to combine harsh beats and then have long passages of kind of ambient and then come back with a electro beat. So it's very different from a DJ set. Is more freestyle and more open.
So when you stepping into the booth right today, do you have like a certain energy on your mind that you're aiming to create when you DJ? Was it like, I am one of those that want to make people forget about time, or are or you're putting them on dark spaces? Or I've been talking. I had a wild experience talking to someone who said, Carlton Bleepwork. He said he does not read the floor. He controls it. He wrecks the floor. He was like super radical about it, and I totally got his point. I totally got his point. But it's always interesting for me to know, as I'm not a DJ at all.
Well, for me, DJ sets is I want to hear new music, so that's my main thing. And I mentioned it before that I got in the 1990 or so, I got kind of like stuck because I already heard all the cool funk stuff that I like. So I'm eager to play out new releases, and this is also what I did for the DJ mix that I made for Decisive the other day. I love to test the tracks that I like that just came out or that I just came across, and it's fun for me to improvise and experiment and see how they fit together. And if it turns out really well, then that is such an amazing and fulfilling feeling when you did not plan it, and the DJ mix, like the tracks that you combine are just like the perfect match in the perfect moment. And that's a wonderful sensation. And if people can follow that, it's even better. So yeah, this is what I like about DJing, playing new tracks that and in combinations that I have not heard myself. I feel a little bit lame if I do the same kind of mix a second time.
But you're glowing when you speak about your work. I really want to come to a show because makes me want to. Yeah, I want to experience this because your whole face lights up, everything.
I find that I like my favorite songs, and I don't mind playing them again because I play them different every time.
Yeah. Well, I also, of course, I do repeat the favorite song. I play it in different sets as well, but I like
After a
not to
while.
reproduce the same combinations.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is creative, a creative process. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sound design real quick.
Yeah.
Granular and multi-channel work.
Yeah.
Immersive sound through
through.
you got to explain to us what that means for you. I know I checked up the definition, meaning multi-channel means immersive sound through many speakers, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In a nutshell,
yeah.
yes.
Your work with granular synthesis and spectral multi-channel sound has a direct kind of character, right? What draws you to these sonic approaches?
listening concerts regarding the
That's yeah,
multi-channel setup. So
Listening rooms now
immersive
too.
sound is, yeah, it's kind of, how shall I put it? I like spacey or trippy music already, and if put right, immersive sound or multi-channel music experience is even trippier and more immersive and more captivating than stereo in many cases. So that is what draws me to it, because it just feels great. It's like a additional dimension of what is going on musically, if done right. Whereas granular synthesis is just a way to create sounds. And what I particularly like with granular synthesis is the certain kind of grittiness or fuzziness. So it's not clean, clear sound in a clean, clear grid all the time, but has a more like, has a certain degree of unpredictability, which I love in music.
Okay, that's a lot. It's a lot to digest for someone that has no idea what that means. But put us in a particular show where you have don't they have colors and stuff going with it? So you're kind of
Well,
making
yeah, that's again something a little bit different. I like to do audiovisual sets
yeah,
because, yeah,
that goes with it along with this.
I'm, as I mentioned before, I'm interested in visual arts a lot. I've always been interested in it, and in particular, I love colors, and I found a way to visualize my music that makes a lot of sense for me by blending color gradients and creating shapes through blending layers of colors. And
Okay.
I just found that this is really a lot of fun for me to develop such live acts, audiovisual concerts. And yeah, I think it complements the music that I make really well. And it is particular in the sense that I do not do any like AI driven weird objects, but
Not
it's
yet.
more, it feels more like paintings in a way, or color spaces in a way. And I like that.
Sound. I imagine it like sound paintings actually, and the way you speak about it, it reminds me also of those healing techniques I have through sound when you experience really the sound, when it's like more than just an auditive experience, but when the visual comes in, it really catches you in a different way. So I imagine it like like a sound bath in a way. Like I want to come.
Are your
I
colors
need to know. I need to know when you're
are your
playing
colors
somewhere.
and
I'm gonna
stuff
come.
trippy and
No,
weird
I'm gonna
and
come. I want to see that. It sounds like something I think is
do you have
opening up a space. And I do have one particular question, because you just said before it's a lot in a way.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
it is. On the other hand, would you say that the more you learned about music, the more you trained your ears by also listening to all those records all the time, trying to stay updated, as you just said before, you really want to stay updated. Would you say that the educated ear is also able to develop something further than when you just like completely blank and you just like follow your intuition? Would you say that the education that you have, the musical education and experience, has influence on how you create and perform today?
Well, it led me to creating my own music, the training by listening and the training of my ears to when I learned to beat match and to DJ properly. So I developed out of necessity a sort of analytic ear or analytic hearing. And this led me to make my own music, and this led me to sound design. I think loving techno and loving to tweak knobs is super closely related. So sound design and techno belong together for sure. But listening to a lot of music that is coming out is not necessarily helpful in creating my own music, because listening to a lot of music takes time, and creating my music also takes time, and time is perhaps endless, but not for me.
Yeah, that's a contradiction within it. I totally get the point.
Yeah.
Does it annoy you to have, I mean, are you annoyed by having educated ears? Are you annoyed by having trained ears? I mean, yeah, I'm asking this for a reason, because there are a lot of people that do a lot of music, work with this. They also get tired easily. You said that before, like you're faster to choose what you like or not like. So does your ear get tired easily?
But it's true, my ears do get tired easily. That is very true. But that maybe doesn't have to do with my ears being particularly trained, because I don't have the absolute hearing, for example. I cannot tell whether
Perfect pitch.
the perfect pitch. And I'm not trained in an academical musically trained in an academic sense. I learned piano when I was a child, but so I know a little bit about music theory, but not a lot. And so I'm not trained in that sense of the word. I don't know. I don't think that this impedes me from making music. It's rather that my ears get easily stressed from having DJed for 3 days, having been exposed to very probably too loud music for too often. So my ears with age need more time to recover, and I need silence a lot as well to have peace of mind and to be able to create. Yeah.
What do you do to recover? What do you do, like, after being out there? I always say, like, we have this show here. We do the interviews on Monday evening, because when we had the plan, I said, you know what, weekends, like, all musicians, all artists, all DJs are working. So Monday,
Sundays,
but Monday
Sunday people
is
relax.
probably the day when you recovered enough.
What do you think?
You know, you slept a
Well,
little.
first of all, I don't DJ every weekend anymore. And so yesterday last night I went to the movies, and I saw a fantastic documentary about ice and snow, and it's really beautiful. It's called Melt. I can recommend it. And today I started the day with a long working meeting about the new Female Pressure website. And that's
We're gonna talk
every
about
Monday. So my week on Monday starts with work, no matter whether I played the weekend or not. And that is kind of has been kind of a fixed thing for the past 2 years. So, but what do I do to recover? Actually, I do regularly physical exercises. That's really helpful, and other sorts of self-care, like cooking some good food, or going in and have some time in the bathtub, like a private spa kind of thing. yeah, that's usually what I do to recover. Like,
It's necessary to recover because creative minds are always on in a way, you know. And then you work a lot and you
Do you
do a
have to?
lot.
Yeah,
and
and you turn it off.
recovering is
Do you
important.
do you hang out with friends at all? Is there anything else you do besides just work? What else you do?
yeah,
What else you do?
sometimes
What
I
else?
sometimes ask myself this as well.
Think about that.
Yeah, I do.
Meditate? No. Sauna? Jacuzzi? What else can you do? You know, good besides.
Oh, I'm married to a wonderful person
Ah,
who
cool.
happens to live in Berlin. So we spend a lot of time chatting online, FaceTiming, and
That's a challenge, isn't it?
no, that's usually a lot of fun. I mean, we both love to work a lot, and it's so we have the space and the freedom and the time that we need to pursue what we have to pursue. But we spend a lot
That's
of
amazing. What she's talking about.
chatting and making fun and laughing or just saying good night or good morning online. So I'm on the computer really like a lot. But I also meet friends here in Vienna, and I'm in Berlin often, of course. And usually I'm a bit more social in Berlin, so I meet more people in Berlin than I do in Vienna, as a matter of fact. However, I love to go to the movies. There's one movie theater in Vienna called Gartenbau Kino, which is a beautiful 1960s architectural jewel, and they have a very nicely curated program, and it's not far from where I live, so I like to hop on my bike and just go there and see a movie by myself. I really like that.
Me too.
I like movie too when I get a chance to. You know, we got to do that more often. I mean, I like it that you say that. I'm watching a lot of Netflix stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess that
I don't
all
know
night.
why. I don't know why. I got to do
No,
that.
but that is like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
I like the move, but I like going to the movies. That's why
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And
I want to get back to your composition
Yes.
stuff. Okay, real quick here. You've created multi-channel works, ensemble pieces, installation premiered at CTM, Arch Electronica, Vienna, Modern, and more. Which of your live or composed works feel closest to you, closest to who you are today?
Always the latest.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the latest is?
The latest actually is Vienna Percussion, the track that I sent you.
Okay, I think no one knows what Vienna percussion sounds like. Should we play it?
yes.
Well, I hope some people know it because it's a cool track and it's been released. So I hope
Okay,
it's not.
that's good. I hope so too.
Yeah.
But just in
Play.
case,
Play.
just in case they have it, I have it here. It's this one, right? No, that's not.
No,
This
that's one thing.
What drums were you using on this one?
Vienna percussion.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Is that a native instrument?
No, not at all.
Or is the Vienna? It's the actual percussionist.
Yeah. No, it was as a matter of fact, I did music for a theater play at the Burgtheater in Vienna, and I had the chance to record drum sounds because the Burgtheater has their own orchestra and musicians and a recording studio and sound technicians and all that nice kind of things. And they booked like 2 days with a percussionist from the orchestra and all their percussion instruments in the Burgtheater studio. And I could record tons of sounds from the percussionist and
Wow.
instruments. And this is why it's called Vienna percussion, because I use samples from these recordings, and of course they are transformed and processed, but still that's the background of the track.
And trust me, I can fully feel the human touch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's true. I can fully feel
It's
the
organic,
human
yeah,
touch.
I can
It's
feel it,
like
yeah.
you feel something. It has
The
a
way the drums are hit and where there is also kind of tender. They're not banging so much.
it has something different. I so have to come to one of your shows. I really have to, because I get the vision that is something that I really like. You know, it's like a different experience of listening.
Oh yeah,
And
you
I
can
really
hear it
like that.
also in the
And
headphones.
Yeah.
How
It's beautiful, like
the
listening
space
to
that they
music, and
use.
when you have a headphones
space
on,
that
it's
you
just
used.
beautiful. It's just so focused. Like when we hear now, we're talking everything, and I get to hear something with my headphones on, focus on nothing else. That's already beautiful. So
So when they recorded the samples, did they capture the room as well, or did you place those drums in the room that they were in?
It is in a proper recording studio, so it's not very reverberant, and
It sound big, you know.
that depends on the drum. But this, as I said, the sounds are I processed the sounds a lot as well. The microphones, of course, since it's acoustic instruments, there is always some room as well in the recording, but it was microphoned well and close to the sound source, so it's not a lot of the room in the recordings.
May I ask what studio they recorded the drums in?
At Burgtheater, at this
it's a
big
famous theater.
Okay, good. Wow.
It's a famous theater, and
Okay, good.
it's like
And they-
incredible to be in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
they
good.
had a recording studio for
Okay, good. So proper.
That is a high quality. You can record a full an orchestra in there as well. That's what they also do, and I think that is where it's really interesting when technology and real instruments meet with someone having a vision. And you said you created this for a theater play.
Not this track, no. The theater play was not dance style at all. It was very atmospheric. The play is called Phaedra in Flammen by Nino Haratischvili, a Georgian author. And
Beautiful name.
and the music that I made was mostly like creating atmospheres for the play. Less music, yeah, but also some parts with real musical elements, and not so much just creating an eerie atmosphere, because it's a rather eerie.
I would like to talk about your female pressure.
Oh yeah, me too. We absolutely
Yeah.
we cannot miss out on this
that.
one. I think no, you've got to start it because you mentioned it.
I'm gonna let the women go.
No, you go.
Okay.
You go.
Okay. When I met her, she came on my radar Female Pressure was something she started. And I remember we talked about this earlier about her, Acid Maria. I don't know, there was just a few other names that I know that was a part of this group of this platform that I think I'm correct in saying, but she will follow through and correct me if I'm wrong, that it was built for a platform for women to be heard and give them a platform to express themselves. Or if that's not true, then you're going to explain that to me. But what I really loved about it was how much work and effort she put in to, and it's still from now, from back then until now. Can you tell us what female pressure means to you and why it even exists today?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Female Pressure is a network and an online database for women, non-binary, transgender, and gender non-conforming people who work in the realms of electronic music and also to a certain extent digital arts. And I founded it in 1998, and it grew from perhaps 120 artists in a couple of countries back then to almost 3,200 artists in 90 countries nowadays. So we are a global network, but the majority of people actually live in Europe. And I founded it because I was already touring for a while as a DJ and being rather successful. And so many times I came across blatant ignorance about other women who do similar things as I do or I did. And people confronted me countless times with question if there are other women who do that, or who else is there, or in discussions like when you'd say something like, why am I the only woman playing here, or why isn't any woman playing at the festival, something like that. People would usually say, well, we didn't know whom to invite, and all this together made it so clear to me. There is what we need is a resource where people can get information about not gender minorities, but marginalized genders in electronic music, and where they can also connect. So the first idea was to have and that was in the 90s when it became clear that the internet is kind of the ideal medium for such a project, because it's relatively accessible for many people and independently from time and location. So I wanted to have an online database for women, and that was my primary focus when I started it in the 90s, because back then I probably didn't know what non-binary is, or it was not such a widely used term then. And also transgender artists were part of it from the beginning. And I wanted the database so that the next time somebody approaches me at 3 a.m. in the morning, right before I am about to start a DJ set with 110 dB, ask me like, who else is there? And then I start to name Acid Maria and Eva Casal and Miss Kitten. And
Yeah.
the next morning I wake up and I think, how could I not think of Mistress Barbara from Canada yesterday, So that instead I could simply say, go check out femalepressure.net, where you will find a lot of other women in the field, and you will find more information, etc. So this was the main reason. And then out of that grew a very like hard to define sort of like fluid community or a wide range of people who more or less work together, and sometimes more, sometimes less, people coming in and out and back in, etc. Where we developed also some important projects. And one of the most important, I think, is our facts study, which we released for the first time in 2013 and for the last time last year. And so we spent over 10 years of data of gender representation in electronic music festival lineups worldwide.
Do we have an applause button? Do we have one that I can press, please? Can we do that? Do we have one? Because this really needs that.
Where is it at?
Where is it?
Okay.
If we don't have it, I just want to say that. And femalepressure.net. If the people didn't hear this, it's femalepressure.net.
Yeah.
Check it out. There is no more excuse. Yes, thank you. I wanted this, I needed this, and I think we need to...
Okay, enough.
No, I think it's super necessary. And I find it's necessary, and I find it shocking that in all genres of music, it really is still the case that female artists find themselves not represented in the same way. And this is why I really wanted to have that applause. I'm going to say it again. Everybody, please check it out.
My question...
femalepressure.net. This is where you can find people. There is no more excuse.
My question would be is, do you think it's gotten better?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
I have concrete numbers for that, and for
Progress.
sure the representation is a lot more. When we
what I wanna hear.
the survey for the
Always
first
says
time,
progress.
should I perhaps share my screen?
Let's do it. You know that's right. Let's see it.
So I allow this and share the whole window. So where are we? Do you see the facts? Yep.
Okay.
So this is the latest fact survey, and you can download it. It is very vast and contains a lot of things for many years and countless artists and festivals.
Okay, we see, at the moment, we see a trail.
Sorry. Let me try.
We had it last time. It was great.
Yeah. Share entire screen. So
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Bam. Okay, good. There we go.
Yeah. Thank you for the notice. So this is the latest and most probably last study that we released last year, and we have concrete numbers in the actually the graphs are not even here. I'm sorry. The graphs are actually here over time. Like when we first started facts numbers, it turned out that in average, a festival had 9% female artists. So if a festival had 10%, it was already above average.
Wow.
And from these 9%, the part rose to 30% in 2023. And that is, of course, a very considerable and huge progress that we made. And I can also like see it in the female pressure database and in how many members want to join and how many people are doing things and how many people are actually also releasing music, and so it's manifold and very rich, I would say, and a lot has changed since I started to DJ in the early 90s. But I also want to say that, of course, there were already like other DJs and producers before me. I was not the only one, and I always was in touch with other women. And sometimes I'm a bit startled when I read interviews with young female colleagues who have been around as a DJ for 5 years or something. And then I read in an interview that they say when they started out, there were no other women DJ. Yeah, that's really a bit weird. Anyhow, there were always women. It's just a matter of research and trying to find out. It's not always like they do not always, present them. How should I best put it? When you said before that you had trouble having enough women in a decisive podcast, I think if you are not trying and if you only take what comes across naturally, what is like near you anyhow, then the chances are lower that you get a higher female percentage. I come across it like so often. It's kind of a buddy system. If there are more men in the beginning, you're more likely to come across other men. And if you are not pursuing that diversity thing, or maybe even try to get rid of diversity in recent years, then it becomes really difficult to break this kind of like self-referential circuit. Yeah.
We will have an eye on this. I think we should, and you already did.
Well,
We talk about this a lot, actually.
I think I'm really happy with the fact that as we discuss this, my main concern about any of this is it going forward and is it getting better?
Yes.
To me, I think a good balance for everyone makes sense to me.
Yeah, that good balance. That is
Yeah,
50-50.
a good balance. Yeah, a good balance. It's like watching the same movie all the time. If you've seen the same actor all the
Yeah.
time, if you've seen the same, to me, I love this. I love a collage. So for me, I know it's getting better, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
so
why I'm
glad
happy.
to hear this.
And
This
I'm
is
happy
what-
I'm happy to be. I'm a mama's boy, but I'm still a man. But this, I love to have this together as a balance, And I really love your statistics there, and I'm hoping to get back with you again and see how far it's gotten and what's next after what's next after the balance is finally there.
Well, a balance is a balance, and a balance is a nice thing.
You know what I mean?
30 to 50,
I'm
that is
hoping
still
to see
20%
what we do with
to
that.
move.
I'm hoping to see what we do with
Yeah.
that. What we do with that for our culture, for the scene. For
We're gonna make part of the. We're gonna add on from the 30%. We're gonna do our part here in Decisive.
You're always
Yeah,
doing your
and
part. I'm just talking
I
about.
think we have to. I
It's
think we
always
have
funny.
to
It's funny.
reach
It's
the
always
balance.
funny how we work with what we learned.
Yeah.
When we get there, what we do with that. I want to see, and we won't know until we actually get there, but how it balances out for the artist, for the culture, for the you know what I mean, on that perspective. But woo,
Well,
I
as
think-
we
I
are
think-
responsible.
Yeah, there's a lot of headroom still when it comes to mixed acts, because we have several gender categories in the study. We have female. These are artists who use she and her in their
Right.
choreography. We have non-binary. These are artists who use they, them as pronouns in their choreographies. We have male artists who use he and him, and we have mixed acts. These are projects bands, for example, or back-to-back DJ sets where people of different genders play together. And the percentage of mixed acts pretty much stayed the same since we first counted. And there are more and more back-to-back sets nowadays on festivals. And basically, I think this is a no-brainer, like the genders should come together and play together, and let's raise at least the percentage of mixed acts. Could be fun.
Oh, I like it, and I think this is a perfect transition to look into the future and what we hope for the future and what we see in the future.
The future of educating what those different binaries are and what some people don't even understand it.
Well, they can read probably a lot.
I mean, they can, but it's nice to know that you can go to a space and read a book or someone that's actually consciously teaching people what it really, not forcing, but if you don't know what it means, let us, because some people assume certain things and they don't know what they're talking about. So it's always nice to, it's always nice to that they're being taught in a very safe way too as well.
Well, I think we don't have time for everything, but
That's true.
I do want to say, everybody that wants to learn more, know more, educate yourself, it's super easy. This is why we have a wonderful internet for. Everybody can get a lot of information there if they do have interest.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
I think this is important.
Tis true, my dear. Tis true.
Do we have to answer any questions?
No, not today. It looks like.
Not today. This is beautiful. Because I want to come to something completely different, which I think...
Zoe, what you got for me? Let's go.
I think it's fun to talk about, and this is the AI and the future. Because technology is important and probably shapes a lot of artistic identities right now. Are you one of those people who are afraid of AI, or do you see like a new tool that you could use for yourself? Do you use it at all, or how you feel about this?
I actually use AI because I'm in the past years I've been working really super intensively on the new Film and Pressure website, which I could give a sneak peek to if you like. But in the past couple of months, I've also, because it's going a bit too slowly, so I started to get into coding more and more. I mean, I wrote HTML before and CSS, but not really JavaScript and stuff. And I use AI to help me code and put my contributions to the website into life. For making music, I don't really use it, except some years ago, before the pandemic, there was a tool called, if I'm not mistaken, Magenta. It was a Google thingy, which I tested to create rhythm variations, and it was not very successful. I could use it for one composition, but I found that Magenta actually is best when it's the first step of variation. So the closest to the original always worked best for me. But I'm sure, like in general, I see AI both problematic and promising at the same time. The problematic thing is the monopolization. Who owns the means of production is like whenever the big guys in Silicon Valley turn off.
That's right. Controlling the content. They're controlling the content. Who's in control of the content? Yeah.
Not the content, the tool.
I mean, the tools. Yeah, the tools that manage your content. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, the second one is the energy consumption. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's like instead of changing the way we live, we go like even 100
Like,
times faster
yeah, exactly.
forward to exploit,
Yeah.
destroy nature, fracking and whatever is
That's it.
necessary
That's what I was
to
talking
get
about.
enough energy for AI. And that is super scary to me. It's not my
Very scary to me as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Humans,
not that I fear that my artistic accomplishments are going to be diminished and that there will be robbery and this I'm not afraid of.
Because the creative mind is a creative mind.
Well, it's a tool that
Yeah.
that people can use and that the whole I'm really more on the like I have been for the longest time on the copy left side rather than the copyright side and
I like that one.
Yeah, I like it too.
and I like
Copy left.
remix culture. It has a long tradition. If you think of literature, like the Bible, it was not by one author. It is a mixture of authors who all like took from each other, or even like the first books like Don Quixote apparently is not like only Cervantes, but it's taken from many different authors. Cervantes put it together, or the brothers Grimm with the fairy tales.
Yes,
It's
you're
not
right.
original work. It's put together from
Collage
many
of things,
different
yeah.
sources. So the notion of the one isolated genius coming up with the like out of
The master plan,
nowhere
yeah.
with a miracle of an idea
Right.
without any influences, it's nonsense. It
Nonsense.
has never existed this way. So
There is a price to pay.
well, that's for me. That is not the main problem with AI. As I said, and I think it could be used in interesting ways. I haven't seen anything really super convincing yet, but that's probably a matter of time, I guess.
I think so too. It's a matter of time.
It's simply a matter.
And well, I would really love to know if there's anything coming up
Yes.
from you, like something that, like a show where I can go to, or everybody else
Yeah,
can
what
go
projects,
to, like
collaborations?
projects,
Oh, yeah.
things coming out, like
No, to be honest, I haven't been working much on music in this year and the year before because like most of my headspace goes into the new Female Pressure website, and I would really love to show it to you quickly, at least, because it's beautiful and I'm in love with it.
this.
Yeah. Be careful, husband. She's in love with something else.
Yeah. So this is how it's going to look like, and what there are certain features apart from the lovely color scheme that was done by Marine Tron. It has this super nice playful feature with the interactive globe that
Wow.
is kind of you could say it's a heat map. The more members a country has, the darker the color becomes. And you can hover and
Good job.
zoom in and out and turn it around, and then
Wow.
you can click on the country and get the result of all members who live in Sweden, for example. So you get this list, and all this looks so much neater than it looked before, and you can also share search results. That's also a new feature. So you can send a link with the country code or whatever search criteria you have and send to other people. And another new feature is that people have a profile page that they can also link. And yeah, the projects have a nice page now, a nice overview.
Oh, good.
And there will be an event section and link section, which is already in place on the current website, but here everything looks a bit neater and nicer. And what I really love, like I go to this test page every time I want to look up something, because the member search is just so quick and so convenient. So you see how fast it works.
Yes.
And yeah, so
Wow, that's a huge database.
And it's fantastic because you're gathering all those data and make it accessible, and like this is a real movement and helps to change
Okay, but
realities. I love
just
it.
okay, you just search.
and so you can text search. You just type in any kind of, like, can be a location, a work field, or a music genre, and then you can filter it. And of course, you can also look for a name. Let's see, Munich. So you get all the people who reside in Munich, and then you can filter it. For example, I don't know, you wanna have VJ
But it's so cool. It really is.
filtered. So there are 3 VJs
Okay, I already see people that I know.
from Munich in the database.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Betty Moo.
Yeah,
I know
of
her too.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole organization with work fields and music genre is different than the clumsy old one, and I went a lot of like discussion and thinking went into how to group the work fields and how to cover like the relevant things. So this is more comprehensive and better organized, and much better organized than previously. And also the music genres have been regrouped and reorganized in a meaningful way.
Do you have an idea when your new website is going to go live?
I hope in spring next year, but you see, a lot is done, but a lot hasn't been done yet. Another thing is, you see, I gave myself a different name, Electric Eclipse, because we just work on updating the artist name. So I just tested it. Therefore, it is this funny name here, and
Electric Eclipse.
we will have privacy disclosures for all the information you give. So you can share, for example, your first name either just with the admins if you put it private, or with other members. Then we have a pronouns section, and booking contacts and affiliations, and a lot more links than before. So this is all going to be a lot more practical. And then we also have this feature for the members where they can look what kind of information they gave. So private means everything that has been contributed, and what members can see, and what the public can see who are not logged in. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question, please? My question would be, if I have a DJ friend, right? Wonderful DJ friend, and she's doing well. If she wants to become a member of the Female Pressure, what would she have to do?
Well, right now she would have to send me an email to info@femalepressure.net. That's the way the joining process works right now. and I get back with the explanation what female pressure is, because some people think it's a booking agent, for example,
Yeah.
booking agency, which is not. And a few questions like, what is your artist name? Do you want your email address on the website and stuff like this? And then as soon as I get the answer, I create the profile in the database. But the cool thing is, in the future, of course, this will change. It will be a lot more state of the art. Let me log out first. And let's go to the future homepage. Here is the join bubble.
All right,
When
perfect.
you
Yes.
click on the join bubble, you are guided through the join process. So you read the fact and you read the code of conduct, and then you fill out some basic information. And then you request to join, and you have to verify your email address and to wait for an admin to approve your application to become a member. And once an admin approves your application, then you will get a create account link and you take it from there.
This is beautiful. So for right now, if I'm getting it right, people want to reach out to you. That is info@femalepressure.net, right?
Yeah,
Is this
exactly.
correct?
Yeah.
So everybody that listens and watches the show right now, if they want to reach out, if they feel this could be a place for them, info@femalepressure.net. This is how they can reach out, and the new website is going to go live.
When?
Hopefully
Next year.
Next
Next
year
year.
in spring. We like say spring. Spring is the good beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
Good time for beginning.
Right.
So from the beginning, we have to come to an end. We
Yeah.
have to come to an end. It's
Yeah.
terrible. I could talk with you forever. It's so interesting, and I'm inspired. I want to thank you. But what we're doing, we have one thing. Yeah, you were just laughing already. It's one thing that I love to do, and it's like a speed round of quick questions to be answered just with a yes or no, or just with one word. Are you ready, Susanne?
I get to
Yes.
choose one too.
Yeah?
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
All right. It was women takeover. Yes, I want. No, come on. I'll get.
Yeah, this is the
will
takeover.
share, yeah.
All right. So, all right, we're ready. Vinyl or digital?
Digital.
The first club that changed your life?
Tresor.
Trésor. One track that never leaves your bag?
None.
Nothing? Wow, that's why.
I got this one.
It's,
I get this one.
yeah.
A city that marked you as an artist.
A city.
Munich.
Berlin.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
A sound that you can't live without?
A sound. A sound I can't live without. What's it called? Grillen.
Grilling fever.
I know what it's called. This is I like.
I don't know.
You know it. It's like the gosh, it's a little insect that makes this sound that you hear in the summertime or in the Caribbean. I'm just like,
Whim.
No.
Whim.
Whim.
yeah, whims. Yeah, they
Yeah.
make this. Yeah, that's a very special sound.
But
Yeah.
the song. Dun 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 dun.
No.
I like it that she knows.
And one word that describes your artistic spirit today.
My artistic what? Sorry.
Your artistic spirit of today.
My artistic spirit of today. I'm tempted to say whimsical, but
Oh yeah, this is my favorite word. Please leave it a whimsical. This is such a perfect word, and yeah, and
Whimsical.
it matches. It matches.
it matches the whim.
It totally matches. I am so inspired, and I thank you so much, Susanne,
you
for spending this time with us and for really opening up and also giving like deep insights in your process and also about future process. And I really want to know where I can find out your schedules when you're playing. Is there a website where I can specifically see where you're gonna play or your social media contacts?
Usually when I play, I do at least one announcement on social media, but I'm not the best at this. And I also do updates of my website, but not so regularly. But if you happen to be in Tbilisi on New Year's Eve, I'll be there. And also in Manizales and Medellin in Colombia in December.
Oh, this is a wicked.
So I
This is
play
wicked.
on the 12th in Manizales and on the 13th in Medellin. And Medellin is going to be a live jam of 5 people, 4 hours. So that's going to be really
You have a
special.
lot of work in front of you, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thank you so much too for giving us this opportunity to be here with you. And plus, you were so spontaneous and so fast. I asked her for a DJ mix. Bam, DJ mix. With tell before we leave, tell us what this mix. It's crazy. I love it, but it's crazy. Tell us what you were feeling with this mix and what some of your favorite songs and tracks.
Yeah, what I wanted to do is I wanted to play tracks from a couple of my favorite albums at the moment. And the latest one is by Wata Igarashi on Deckmantel UFO. There are, I think, 2 tracks, but the whole album is just amazing. And another amazing album that came out not long ago is by Eftemin on Osgutton. It's really great.
Great, I'm gonna look for that one.
And a third favorite album is by Dennis Rabe on 30D. Exoplanets is really, it's very dark, but an absolutely fantastic album. And yeah, also like a recent discovery, so to say, is Italian artist called The God 01, and that's really interesting stuff. And so I tried to combine like all the recent favorites from
Which you did well.
past 1 month or 2 months or so. And the end, because it just fits so well, was my husband, Robert Henke, as Mono Lake, like one of my favorite ambient tracks called Inwards. So that's the end of the mix, and it starts with more dubby, breaky, and then goes full on into techno. And I put in also a track by Jin Synth, who is going to be one of the 5 people playing live in Medellin with me. So yeah, and I have Lady Starlight and Maidon in there, and Strom, which is also one of my favorites. Yeah, and it's just it fell well into place, and I had fun recording it. And it was a quick thing without like too much.
And you did it well. If you want to hear the mix, I just post the mix. It's doing on the sticker there, and just click the link, and you can check out the mix on our SoundCloud page, and make sure that we see you again and keep in touch and let us know. Give us a follow up and let us know what's going on with Female Pressure and Electric Indigo. I really love what you've achieved over the years.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry to hear that you took digital over vinyl, but it's okay.
No, I need to say that I am wishing you a whimsical evening. I love, it's my favorite word since a couple of months. Whimsical is just all, and whimsy. You could be so whimsy.
Thank you again for being here with us, and we wish you all the best for all your endeavors.
And everybody listening out there, please subscribe to Decisive Podcast
We're not finished
series.
yet. We're not gonna.
No, but I want to say that.
All right.
I want to say that because I also want them to look out. Yes, look out for schedules, amazing artists, And
Yes, and
sign
we're
up,
gonna
have fun.
as she closes out, we're gonna we're gonna listen to as we close out, as we ask you,
listen.
as we ask you to stick join us. Listen, we really appreciate you. If you subscribe, let us know what you think. Please share the links. Please, we're trying to reach 500 people, and so everything we do here is strictly about the culture, about talent, about artists, about creativity, the real stories behind what it takes to at least believe in yourself, you know? And this is what we try to capture here. And I think Electric Indigo has contributed to the Decisive family. Welcome to the Decisive family!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Amazing. I am so inspired.
Not yet.
Look at you, how you goofing around. Like,
Because we're gonna. This was a lot of work. This was a lot of fucking work.
you're like party.
Thank you, Electric Indigo, and have a great week.
Yes.
Okay, we talk
Ciao,
soon.
Susanne.
Okay, bye bye.
Vielen Dank.
Bye-bye.
Vielen Dank. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.
Thank you for spending time with us. Decisive podcast series live by Robert Ingram, co-hosted by Zoe Mazar.